pattern that they apply the adhesive with. What the heck kind of process is that? They got CNC machines with little tiny glue sticks on the end that just go. That's kind of cool. Anyway, me and the boys looking for some irreparable harm to cause.
Yeah, them city gamers ain't even know how to skin a Lenovo.
Yeah, look at that. The whole thing is like that. It's like, wait, is this a map? So here's the focal point. You can see there's a path going this way. It's a pretty open corridor right here. And then there's one diagonally going this way. There's a skinny section we could take around the mound here. I'm not sure where to go from here. Okay, well, we'll figure that one out another time. That's filthy. But we found our screws. You know how we're taking this thing apart? LTTstore.com. Hey, guess what Linus did? He gave me some special Fringus buttons to buy a screwdriver with. They're down here in the description. Buying through these affiliate links directly supports my channel. Plus, they get you the best multi-bit screwdrivers ever made. Anyway, time to break the Lenovo seal. Okay, now what? Oh, hold on. We do a bit of prying. You must go where no LTT screwdriver has gone before, in a hole smaller than 8 millimeters across. Time to see what's inside the Google Meet computer. Wow, would you look at that? It's like a laptop in a box. SATA M.2. Them sprung for NVMe? Okay, I see how it is. How much of the dedicated stuff do we got? A pacer for industrial. Oh my lord. 2 gigabytes. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. We will address that later. CPU, I imagine, is under here, which is our, 8th gen Intel i7. Okay. Oh my, look at this. It's the world's tiniest BIOS battery. Look at that thing. It's 12 millimeters across. Why are you so small? Here's you, also you, still you, the Ethernet controller she tells you not to worry about. Wi-Fi card. Can't you stick like a PCI Express adapter into these things? I don't know, I've seen Dawood do it a few times. That might be kind of fun. Anything under the fan? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, hey, what's up, little man? Hey, I'll catch you later. Well, now that we've seen what's inside, let's try turning it on, which is going to be easier said than done because of that. Yeah, that's our power plug. Kind of looks like a Ghastly or something. Yeah, I don't have that. But let's see. I think I have something close. I have, like, that as a plug. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Oh, this thing, hold on. So it can take 19 volts, which is like your standard laptop charger voltage, or 54 volts, which I believe is PoE. Conceivably, I could use this to power it. Probably? I don't know. Maybe this is why this one's got the big Chungus controller? Either way, I don't have any spare DDR4. I also have nothing that uses PoE. You guys know what that means.
It's
time for a trip to the e-waste store. I found a PoE-enabled network switch. We hooked it up to the port right here that has a little lightning bolt on it. But turns out that this is not PoE as you traditionally would think of PoE. This doesn't receive power, it gives it out, which is exactly the opposite of what we want. So the network switch with PoE does not power it. So this is my only attack vector. Considering the official AC adapter for this is $168 on eBay, I have decided we're gonna rough it. However, I did get a 16 gigabyte stick of RAM. Extremely dedicated. So we'll stick that in when the time comes, but for now I just want to get this thing powered on. Oh, I almost forgot. I also got a Cactus brand SSD, 128 gigabytes, Human Slime Edition, commercial grade. That's how you know it's good stuff. As gaming as this is, it's not going to help us right now, though. Right now, I got to figure out how we can power it with this guy. Oh, what the heck? There's another SODIMM slot on the back. I could have bought 2 8s. I just bought a single 16. Well, that kind of sucks. Whoa, this is interesting. There's a micro SD card slot with a micro SD card in it. 4 gigabyte Toshiba card. Okay, we got to see what's on this. In she goes. Oh, there's nothing on it? Oh, message for user.txt. Well, let's see it. You have officially been hacked in every way possible. Your devices tracked. Bank account charged $9,999. Identity stolen. Credit $1 million loan in my name. Privacy. My IP revealed to all my subscribers. It's 165.227.29.75. You know, normally I'd really be freaking out about this, but lucky for me, I've already dealt with all of it. I was alerted instantly when all of this happened by Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Thanks to Aura, protecting all of the above is now easier than even doing this. Aura alerts you to threats against the most important aspects of your life. They'll watch for things like suspicious credit activity, database breaches, and identity theft, and alert you as soon as possible if they find anything. Aura is so thorough that they can apparently even detect if a new co-owner was added to the title of your house. I did not even know that that could happen, and now I have one more thing keeping me up at night. With Aura, you don't have to worry about that. Not only that, but I don't have to worry about my internet browsing either. Aura comes with a VPN that hides your IP, encrypts your browsing data, and makes tracking your online activity way harder. You can enjoy the peace of mind of knowing that nobody but you and the guy packing your order knows how many chicken heaters you're about to own. You also get the peace of mind that comes with 24/7 online support. Someone will always be there to help you out. Protect what's really important and start a 14-day free trial today by scanning the QR code on the screen, going to aura.com/BringusStudios, or clicking my link in the description. Anyway, all this stuff was on the bottom, so you're not normally supposed to see this. I mean, well, to be fair, you're not normally supposed to get into this thing at all. But it's just kind of interesting that they have just an SD card slot there. And then what is this guy? It says Coral.ai, Google LLC. This is a custom board by Google. M.2 accelerator with dual-edge TPU. What the heck? What is it though? Performs high-speed ML inferencing. Each coprocessor is capable of performing 4 trillion operations per second. Is that impressive? Oh shoot, 400 FPS? Alright, yep, that's all I needed to read. This is literally the most gaming card I've ever seen. 400 FPS? Are you serious? Oh my goodness. Oh man, I've got high hopes for this thing now. 400 FPS, here we come. Okay, so these 4 on the outside, those are all going to be ground. And then one of these is 54 volts, and then one of them is 19 volts. So now my job is to figure out which one's which without completely blowing this whole thing up. Okay, so when I touch these 2 guys together, he screams. And by doing that, we can figure out when 2 things are connected together. The outside of this RJ45 and the outside of this one, they're electrically connected. They're both grounded. You can tell because these little copper things right here are on the ground plane. So you touch one there, touch one here, they're all ground. Housings on the outside of connectors are almost always on ground, including this one, right here. Look at that. But we can use any points here on the ground plane to connect to the minus terminal of our 19-volt connection, but finding where to stick the positive terminal is a little trickier. And now, if I knew what I was doing, this is the part where I would tell you exactly how to do that. But this is Bringus Studios, ladies and gentlemen, and we have exhausted my knowledge. There's definitely 2 different voltages coming through here, though, because these are 2 very separated areas. We only need to power the 19-volt pin to get this thing to turn on, I'm fairly certain. The 54-volt pin is only when you want to use the PoE features, which we don't. So the way I'm thinking about this is, if you apply the wrong voltage to a circuit, bad things can happen. But usually it's only bad when you put too much voltage through a circuit. So my thinking here is that we can put 19 volts through either one of these, and if it lands on the 19-volt side, sick. And if it lands on the 54-volt side, not sick, because it won't turn on, but it shouldn't cause damage because putting 19 volts where 54 volts is expected is not that bad, so it shouldn't do any damage, right? Don't learn anything from this section, by the way. I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's do it. Gonna stick the power supply clamp right onto that guy right there. Okay, and we'll put ground right here. All right, power supply on. All right, if this fan spins, we're in business. Power button was here, so this should be it. Let's see.
Altijd smaakvol. Nooit bitter. Net zoals jij. Trippeldompers. Zachte trippel.
Nope. Okay, power supply off. We'll try a pin on the other side. Power supply on. Oh, it doesn't like that. The power supply dropped to 0 volts. Usually that means I'm shorted to something. You know what I really should have checked? To see if any of the pins in here are ground. Yeah, they totally are. I just shorted the crap out of it. That should be okay. That one particular pin is ground. Very cool. Alright, well, let's try this one. Wait, nope. Let's try this one. Power supply on. Oh, did you see that? It spun. I saw it. Oh, there it goes again. So the fan just spins and then stops. I think it's trying to start? Okay, well either way, we know which pin is the right pin now. This one right here. So now all we gotta do is find out which pad that is. Okay, it's that one. Ground connection here now, and a 19-volt connection here now. Now that we've done that, I can screw the wire. Bruh. There we go. As I was saying, the wires can be put into these terminal blocks. Now we can plug a real proper 19-volt AC adapter into this thing. Connectorino, pluggerino. Not working, you know. What the heck, dude? New plan. When you don't like your solder points, you make your own. And how about now? Nothing? Come on, man. Okay, I've made a pretty epic discovery. This dark green plane, yeah, that's not connected to this pin. I didn't look close enough, and it's hard to even see on camera here. But that pin is not part of that plane. That's why it wasn't turning on. I've soldered to the pin, as God intended. Let's try again. Hey, there we go. How about we plug HDMI in? Would you look at that? Oh, it's hauling ass now. Oh God, it's going, it's going. The fan went full speed like 7 times. Now nothing. Cool. How do you even troubleshoot this, dude? What if I take out the RAM and put it back in? Yeah! Oh, no way it's working! The fan's not on. Do you want to activate Chrome Watch, the built-in screen? No. The Google Meet hardware is ready to set up. So this thing really does just run without the fan, man. And I think the loud fan was the indicator that the RAM was not seated correctly. Okay, we'll get a handy-dandy Ethernet cable plugged in here. Downloading the latest update. Very cool. This reminds me a lot of Chrome OS, I have to say. Oh, this literally is just Chrome OS. I am a little concerned that the fan is no longer spinning. Maybe it'll kick on later. Google Meet hardware is ready to set up again. Enterprise enrollment? That's not good. Uh-oh. Can I be my own enterprise? Oh, I can be. Enrollment error. Your organization limits device enrollment to authorized users only. Okay. Oh, wait, hold up. Look at this in the corner. Use as a personal device. Well, that didn't change anything. What the heck? I clicked use as a personal device? Alright, I don't know how far we're going to get with this. I am glad that this thing at least turns on now. I got a little bit of cleaning up to do. So essentially this thing is just a Chromebook. With Chromebooks and Chromeboxes and whatever, there's like a recovery console that you can sort of get into. I'm going to try and do that. Usually they've got some kind of button or pin you got to push. I think this is the one right here, this button. So I'm going to hold this and turn it on. There we go. Okay, we're at the recovery screen. So now Control D, there we go. To turn OS verification off, press the recovery button. Okay, this one. OS verification is off. Okay, cool. So that is step 1 to getting another OS on this thing. Your system is transitioning to developer mode. Modifications you make to the system are not supported by Google, may cause hardware issues, and may void warranty. Just the way I like it. Okay, this stupid thing has finished its transition, whatever that means. Control Alt F2. Ooh. Okay, I believe the root user is Chronos. There we go. Now there's a lovely script put together on mrchromebox.tech that should make it so we can install like a UEFI compatible bootloader type thing in this thing. And then from there it's game over. This thing is all mine to game on. Okay, so the only problem here now though is that it says firmware write protect enabled. If we're going to be doing anything with this, we need to disable the firmware write protect. And on these weird Chrome things, there's usually a screw you can actually just physically remove that disables write protection. So I'm going to turn it off. We'll see if we can't figure out where that screw is. It's also possible that it might just be 2 pads that I have to bridge with solder. I'm kind of the first person that I know of that's messing with this thing, so kind of on our own here. This kind of looks like it to me because you can see that the pad is like split in 2 areas. So putting a screw in here would contact both the pads and then short it to enable write protection. But the screw is not in there anymore. So that can't be it. Press PP button now. This thing doesn't have genitals. Every time press PP button now comes up, I have to hit the power button for some reason. It just says another press will be required. And then suddenly it's going to pop up to tell me to press it. I gotta be ready. I don't know why I have to do this, but if it works, it works. I'm at the point in this guide where I need to connect something called a Suzy Q cable.
What's that?
It's this bizarre debugging cable, and you can't buy it anymore. Unless we get that cable, there's no way I'm installing a full firmware. But we can do this RW Legacy one. RW Legacy firmware cannot be used to run Windows. Period. Well, I'm no stranger to Linux. Whoa! Oh, I didn't like that. Image size doesn't match the expected size. Okay. And everything else is write protected. Here's the new plan. We're just gonna get into the default Chrome OS that's already on this thing, and then see what we can do from there. Enable debugging features. Sure, why not? Can't hurt. Ooh, enable booting from USB drives. This might be exactly what we're looking for. Okay. Root password. Gaming. Confirmed. Gaming. So now do I just burn a Linux flash drive and we're good? For good luck, we're going to be using the golden flash drive again. Godspeed, little buddy. Alright, control U. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Look at that. Could not boot from USB. Thank you, Quora. Reboot, but this time with Linux installed to a finger, and the Chromebook is fingered by it. Okay. So I can't get into this thing's Chrome OS because of the enterprise enrollment garbage. Can't boot from a flash drive. Nope. Because God knows why. Guy on Reddit says
Simon, if I have health insurance, can I renew it?
Oh, are you sure you want to set up this device to run Hangouts
Yo,
with me?
can I get health insurance?
Yeah, you can stack up your health
And
insurance.
you let me know if it renews.
You can have hundreds of health insurances. It will stack up.
Yo, give me as many as you want, man.
Ow! Mother.
There you go.
No, my halo's gone! You mother.
Oh,
I can't put that back on.
Get in the car and get out.
I hate you now.
there you go.
Yeah, more,
Get in the car and get out.
There you go.
one more.
There you go.
Does it work that way?
Until I say stop, keep him going.
Yep.
With you and handy to support you where you are at. So in this example, I will share with you a Word document. I have opened it in the browser where I have my Office 365. So I have personal accounts. I don't have Copilot in Word, but I do have Copilot in Edge to support me. So
I'm still built,
up it
health
in the
insurance.
browser, top right corner, I have my Copilot right there.
You will not gonna have need health insurance for a long time.
Either help me summarize the document.
That's my plan.
Actually, in this scenario, I will ask Copilot to create an ABC questionnaire. So to create questions based on the information in this document. So this way, I always have Copilot with me. It can support me on any page I am at. It can access and it can look at the information based on the actual page, but still it can also access information out on the internet. I just need to help specify
got 16
which
more K.
information I am looking for.
Oh my god.
Internet or a combination. So this is one of the scenarios where Copilot will always be with me, even if I don't have Copilot in Word.
There you go.
I still have
Oh
it
my
there
god.
to support me on my everyday.
About 3 more times, I
Let's
think.
take another example of how we can work with Copilot in Edge. So in this next example, we will take a look at the Founders
2
website.
more.
So this is of course a
There
website
you go.
that you can easily choose
Last
which
one.
language you want it
There you
to
go.
Thank you.
And,
leave it in.
and now you can see your days.
Not speak Spanish. So I will actually
It's only, it says 30 days.
and
30 days.
translate this
Yeah, because don't forget it's 7 days.
English.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
30 days though,
now
I've got a
it
month,
is
nice.
like
Thank you.
No worries.
Patch me up, brother.
Yeah, surely. There you go. As well, the shots will be given. Okay.
What?
So-
Can you repeat?
Here's a shot.
No, not now, not now.
Not now? Okay.
Condenses the information and actually goes through and says, I have a program here that seems suitable for your use cases. And this is a way where Copilot helps me not only to translate, but to fully understand and go through different web pages.
What if we just did one of these, huh? See you later. Oh, shoot. I broke the crap out of this. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, see you later, buckaroo.
Many thanks.
How about now? Right, like you're still in there. Does this thing even go back in? Not really. Okay. Irreparable harm once again. At this point, I was getting pretty pissed off. This thing just...
I'm bringing a key.
I didn't bother
Alrighty.
the camera rolling since...
Yeah, who is gonna place a picture in?
I am gonna take pictures.
Okay. Alrighty, let's make a nice picture.
What the heck is so special about this cable
And
anyway?
let's
Turns out I'm
take
not
the
first
picture
person
with
to think
giving
that,
this
since other
adrenaline,
people
then
were
I
the
can
same
post
boat
as
me,
well in the
said,
adrenaline, you know.
"They just made one of those."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Apparently, Google put out an official specification for the Suzy Q cable, making it technically possible to just create your own. All you need to do is solder 2 resistors to certain pins on a Type-C jack, and then solder a USB-A cable into it. And since I'm no shank mods, I just bought a breakout board for a Type-C jack and soldered the resistors and the USB cable directly to that instead of the Type-C jack. As long as the spec that Google put out for this thing is correct, then it should let me directly interface with the security chip on the motherboard and then curb stomp the write protection to the shadow realm. So from what I understand about using this cable, I'm supposed to plug this end into the only Type-C port that's on here, and then the regular USB end into one of the regular USB ports, which is extremely cursed, and everything I know about electronics conventionally would tell me that this is not a good idea, but the documentation for this cable is from Google, so it should be fine. Okay, so this command should open up the CR50 security chip for disabling write protection. Nope. Very cool. Oh wait, I think I already did this. Yeah, this was the thing that told me to press the PP button. Okay, it says that if it doesn't show up, sometimes you gotta flip it. Well, the guide says not to plug it in until this part, so I'm gonna unplug it and reboot it. I remember when I thought that just unplugging the cable and rebooting was gonna do anything. I was so innocent back then. No, it turned out that for, I don't know, the next 4 or 5 hours maybe, my cable wouldn't be doing anything remotely like this.
I have already done that. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna leave very soon, so it's.
Can I get an adrenaline shot, please?
Yes, yes, yes.
Whoa! What the
Holy!
fuck?
What the fuck?
What the?
Oh,
No.
I provided you medical attention. There you go.
Who has shot the rocket?
No clue.
Who was that?
Who the hell just did that?
Give me some medical attention.
I provided you medical attention when you missed, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
No, it's...
Oh my god.
Yeah, someone shot the rockets over there. Alrighty. It is gonna start very soon. Let's, okay.
In my desperation, I turn to the people that do know a thing or two about stuff like this. The citizens of the Ultra Book Discord server. Please get a better name. These folks...
Hey, can I get shots? Can I get a drone shot? I didn't get my drone shot.
Their help, we figured out nothing.
Drone shot.
Even to this day, while I'm editing this,
Here we go.
nobody knows why it works on
Okay.
random Chromebook, but not on the Lenovo Meet. You know what?
What the heck?
Yeah, they are just shooting the rockets anyways. There isn't the department being done about, and yeah, you know.
Uh-huh.
Can we get on Unit 2 the SH? Oh.
Mister, can you please go and cover SH, please? It's urgent.
There